And welcome back to WWE Universe. This is WWE 2K14 and this is the night after Over the Limit. In effect, this is over the limit. What a pay-per-view it was. I hope you caught it. If you didn't, then go and check it out on the YouTube channel to see all of the events that happened there. I'm David Davies, and as always, I'm here with my broadcast colleague Martin. And tonight we have got some special rematches from the pay-per-view, as well as loads of great action coming up. So directly a rematch from last night. A very disappointed Antonio Cesaro was unsuccessful in his quest to capture the US Championship from Cody Rhodes, despite that wonderful pinfall victory that he finally managed to get over Cody Rhodes last week before the pay-per-view. It turned out to be an anomaly. Cody Rhodes, the champion, was just too much and actually convincingly defeated Antonio Cesaro with a wonderful twisting neckbreaker, the crossroads, through the announcer's table, and that was enough. It was an I Quit match. It was absolutely brutal. It was back and forth. It went all over the arena, but at the end of the day, Cody cemented his reputation as one of the best US champions we have had in a long time. Obviously tonight, I'm sure will be an ultra competitive rematch. With Antonio Cesaro definitely wanting to show that last night was not the end of him. However, of course, this is not for the US Championship. That ship has sailed, at least for now, for Antonio. So this match purely for the bragging rights. But Antonio, of course, taking it as seriously as you might expect. This is a man who had basically the next step of his career kind of in front of him. You know, he hasn't won a singles title in WWE Universe yet, and that was his opportunity to take the next step, to show that he was a contender. And sadly for him, he was not. He was shown not ready to take that step. Whereas actually Cody Rhodes cementing his reputation as someone actually able to get past an incredibly tough and resilient challenger. Martin, what did you think of the match last night? I thought it was superb. I thought we had two men, like you said, at the top of their game. I know that's a cheesy phrase, and it's one we overuse. But when you've got two young athletes like this, it's a phrase which is absolutely true and real, as Cody there hitting the power slam. And it's more than just being at the top of the game. It's hungry. It gives them a passion. It gives them an energy. Neither of these guys are going to go down quickly, because both of them know that the price for failure will be a long time before you get another opportunity. And for Antonio Cesaro, it has to be said that opportunity, like you said, has passed. Perhaps he is now not known to be one of the ran, but one of the also ran. You know, one of the ones that was in the race but never really managed to take the step to the next level. But of course, there is still tonight. There is. I mean, let's not pretend ourselves that his career is over. Of course not. There will be other opportunities, but it absolutely has been a huge setback, and we can see here Cody Rhodes once again has been more or less dominant in a match. In fact, this running power slam has actually been a staple. I think this is now maybe the 5th time we've seen it, and it's been a very short match. It's like oh no, oh my God, that's not even on the mats, that's on the solid concrete to the edge. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know, we might need to get some medical personnel here. I mean, I was about to say that that Cody Rhodes had been dominant for the majority of this match, and yes, he absolutely has, and he, no pun intended, cemented that here by just lifting up Antonio and planting him into the ground. And I think we can only assume that this is this pinfall count here is just a formality. But no. Sorry, I'm in shock. I don't know what to say. The poor man had just been slammed on the concrete, and then he kicked out of the crossroads. I mean, Cody is not letting up here. Antonio is going to have to put together some offenses if he's going to convert this. But can he do it again? And yes, another miracle from Antonio Cesaro. I mean, I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I like to think of myself as someone that can, you know, commentate matches accurately for you, but I got that one completely wrong. Antonio is back. Antonio fighting back. He blocked the moonsault. He just landed on Cody with a huge stamp there, and now Antonio Cesaro is in control of the match. But of course, the big question is, can he convert it? He couldn't convert it last night. Can he get that pinfall victory here? I'm not so sure that he can. He might be able to get a couple of moves on Cody, but pinning him, that's a whole new issue. That's a whole other level he's going to have to go. And he should know by now that he's not going to get Cody after... but hang on, he might be able to get Cody after this. We've got a forward falling power slam there. 1, 2, and Cody this time showing his personal resiliency, and indeed frustration will be kicking in on both individuals there. And a sleeper hold. A sleeper hold. He's got it locked in. Can he hold it in for long enough is the question. No appears to be the answer. This time it's Cody going for the running lariat, but Cesaro kind of more or less shrugging that off. Both men now looking for an advantage. I think the next move we see, the next kind of major move, will be the end of this match. This is very impressive, ladies and gentlemen. After an ultra-competitive last night at Over the Limit, again, these two are putting on a ultra-competitive clinic on Raw of just what passion, determination, and indeed what WWE Universe is all about, as we hit a lovely single arm suplex on Cody, and again kicking out. I think again Antonio's going to have to dig a little deeper, pull out something a little bit bigger, as Cody returns with a signature of his own, and once again we go for the big slam, and Cody is summoning him. Cody is summoning him, and again we're going for the crossroads, and for the second time. For the second time, Antonio goes down. Can he provide one more miracle for us tonight? No. Cody Rhodes, ladies and gentlemen, winner last night, US champion once again, victorious over his opponent here, Antonio Cesaro. And let's give credit to both of these athletes for what a performance last night. And one last encore today. I would have to say, think that the issue between them now is done. I think Cody has shown, you know, as we can see here with these moves, that he is at this stage in his career, he is better than Antonio Cesaro. But hopefully, Antonio will be back in the future, as we just see the pinfall victory here over Antonio. But of course, this was not the only match. Oh, hang on, before I carry on. It appears we have a new challenger for the US title. Cody not entirely sure what to make of that, ladies and gentlemen. This is being a very different kind of opponent coming towards him here. This is not a technician in the way Antonio is, but a brawler, a hardcore wrestler, someone, you know, perhaps willing to go a little bit more underhanded to get what he wants. Now our second rematch from last night. Last night's match was was very different. Martin, why don't you tell us about it? Well, it was a complete write-off. These two guys have been feuding now for goodness knows how long. You know, 6 weeks, maybe, I'm not sure. They faced off over and over again, and as you guys probably know, Brock Lesnar has never managed to get a victory over the Big Show. It's nuts. It's crazy. You'd think with a man his size, you know, they'd at least be splitting the matches, but that doesn't seem to be the case. But last night was a submission match, which is how this whole issue began between them. A submission match between the two. It was back and forth, it was brutal, it was a great match, and all of a sudden, Brock Lesnar picks up the stairs and just lamps the Big Show with it, like literally over the top of the head, hits him really, really hard between the eyes with steel. Now the thing is, in a submission match, you tend not to have rules. The rules tend to be when the person gives up, that's the end of the match. So in theory, that means the steel steps were a legal maneuver last night. However, the referee called for the bell, and that was it. Brock Lesnar was livid, the crowd was livid. I think perhaps even the Big Show was a touch surprised, albeit relieved, as he'd just taken a bit of a steel issue there. But that has meant that the issue between these two is alive and well. Nothing was solved last night. If anything, things were just taken to the next level. And you can see here that Brock Lesnar is mad, and he is taking it to the Big Show tonight, and perhaps a way we haven't seen for weeks. I agree, Martin. This is a Brock Lesnar with renewed confidence, not taking anything from the Big Show, not backing down. In fact, remember the match a few weeks ago where Brock Lesnar literally left the ring and walked away from the match, and we're not seeing any of that tonight. They're kind of the cowardly second-guessing himself. But however, we're yet to see offense from the Big Show, and we'll have to see how Brock reacts when the Big Show kind of takes over, if indeed Big Show gets the opportunity to, because Brock Lesnar is savage beast-like tonight. I hope he doesn't steal the copyright from Batista on that, but whoa! A huge release German suplex on a man as big as the Big Show is no easy feat. And the Big Show reminds us just how physically dominant it is, and is the Big Show heading for higher ground? No, of course, ladies and gentlemen, this is a Falls Count Anywhere match, which definitely, I'm sure both competitors have definitely checked this one, has no rules. Tonight they can go for the weapons, and of course the question will be, who will that favour more in this particular environment on this particular night, as Big Show wails away with the steel of the waste paper bin there. I mean, I'm not sure that weapon will be as effective as others, but it's certainly going to be, that's certainly the first real flurry of offense that we have seen, or the first effective offense that we've seen from the Big Show, as he simply swipes his opponent out of the air. Looks like he's trying to go for another weapon, but the bin is causing issues. Oh, and Brock Lesnar just Irish whips straight into that can. It sounds like one of those things. It's not a particularly effective wrestling maneuver, but you know the pain that can be caused to you by. Oh my God! Not a. Ladies and gentlemen, he did it again on the outside. A German suplex, a massive German No, he's not. It's impossible. He can't. No, that's. Oh no, referee! The referee needs to step in, ladies and gentlemen. He is. Repeat. How is he even doing that? How is he even doing that? To the man the size of the Big Show, he is... I don't even have to describe what I've seen. I mean, clearly it was a power bomb, but my God, Brock Lesnar, what is this? Brock Lesnar has come back tonight a different man. Someone who is determined to get that victory over the Big Show, but look at that. Look at that. A roll-up, he's got a... After all of that, he just got himself a none count and a 1 count after everything he has put Big Show through today. Brock Lesnar has got to be thinking, my God, what do I... He's just lifted him up. He's got him on his shoulders. The heaviest man in the WWE is on the shoulders of Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is not going to take no for an answer tonight. He will not be denied. This is his night. This is his victory for the taking. And unless the Big Show starts to turn this round, he is going to be in serious trouble. Brock Lesnar now heading for the ring bell. Probably one of the most dangerous item we have around here at ringside. He's just knocked down Big Show again while he prepares the weapon. Big Show heading for a weapon of his own. And we've got a ladder, and Brock is stalking his opponent inside the ring. Ring bell versus ladder. Oh! Brock Lesnar caught unawares. I don't think he thought the ladder shot was going to come quite as quickly as that. And Big Show perhaps using his brain there, just literally picking up a weapon physically bigger than the others, has been able to do something there. And there is the ring bell shot from Brock Lesnar. But God, this Big Show has just no-sold. He's just basically ignored the ring bell shot. I've never seen anything like that before either. I mean, as soon as you think you've seen it all in WWE, something else happens that just makes you second guess. Oh my God. Sudden flurry of movement here from the Big Show. Into the corner, and he just crushed him. And a crossbody from the Big Show. Probably the biggest crossbody you will ever see on national TV. And the Big Show is on fire. He is putting one move after another, and perhaps the first proper attempt for a pinfall, but no, Brock Lesnar isn't going to take it either. And here, ladies and gentlemen, is the showstopper. Will that be it for Brock, or will his resilience and determination carry over? This is going to be a big maneuver 1, 2, and Brock has kicked. Brock ducks the big kick there from the Big Show. Ow! And Big Show lands hard. Brock Lesnar picking up the Big Show. Looks like he's going for that powerbomb again if he can lift him, but the ring bell is there. Oh my God, he just powerbombed him onto that ring bell, and he lifts him again, and he lifts him again. This is Brock Lesnar at his most deadly. Going up top, from the top of the ladder, ladies and gentlemen, Brock Lesnar looking to fly, and with a massive spear, takes Big Show down again, and he goes up again from the top of the ladder, but this time misses. Big Show now with a massive running ladder shot, a second one to the face, going for the gut of Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar ducking out of the way and heading for high ground. I don't see how this is going to help him. Be careful. Narrowly missing the ladder there, and Big Show looking on a submission hold, probably as much as anything to try and gain some oxygen in his own lungs while kind of crushing it out of Brock Lesnar. But this is going for another pinfall here, but no, we're going to need something a little bit stronger. And Big Show once again heading outside to get some plunder. Brock Lesnar knocking him down. Can he lift him into a suplex? Yes, he can. And Brock Lesnar jumping as if nothing has happened. And we've seen this match. We know a lot has happened, especially between these two. And once again, the Big Show lifted up and planted. On the ground, on the outside rope there. And whoa! Out we go near the announcer's table. Now, of course, this is a Falls Count Anywhere match, so all one of them would need to do to properly put this match away would be to use the table. I mean, it's there to... Oh my God! Oh my God! It's a big shot. It's a bear hug. It's a massive bear hug. At this point of the match, that's a brilliant maneuver. Both of them are tired. Both of them are exhausted, and just by crushing them... What's up with Big Show's neck? There's something... Brock Lesnar seems to be trying to put pressure on the Big Show's neck by kind of twisting it around, and look at that! Look at that! The big Brock Lesnar just... Well... Oh my God! The hog lock! And Big Show once again going for the cover on Brock Lesnar. And he gets him on the outside. He crushed him. He crushed him against the concrete on the floor. And that was it once again. Big Show has tasted another pinfall victory, and Brock Lesnar has tasted another pinfall loss. A brilliant idea, but a very simple idea. Simply just taking all of his weight, putting it into the leg, picking the point of the arena that would cause the most damage on the exposed concrete, and just crushed Brock Lesnar against it. No one would be able to kick out of that. But Brock Lesnar, once again, is going to be kicking himself. Perhaps that he didn't go for a finisher early. Perhaps that he didn't in some... Oh! And Big Show reacting angrily to well, not the interference of the ref, but to the referee's attempt there, and no, turning against the crowd quite. I'm not sure what's going through the Big Show's mind here. He's reacting quite arrogantly against the crowd, almost smugly. Perhaps he's almost kind of saying to himself, you know, who is the man? I mean, no, if Brock Lesnar can't beat the Big Show after all of that, then who can? And perhaps there is going to be a title shot or a title opportunity in the Big Show's future. And of course, you wouldn't knock it to him. I mean, if you beat Brock Lesnar 4, 5, 6 times, you deserve that title shot. CM Punk had better be careful. And that brings us to our final rematch from the pay-per-view last night. CM Punk versus John Cena, and we had a title change. Now, of course, this match is not for the title, but we had a I Quit match last night, and John Cena, I think, took CM Punk a little bit too lightly. John Cena had won their meetings over the last 2 weeks. relatively comfortably. I mean, we had some great matches, but John Cena came out on top, and John Cena was trying to beat CM Punk without really trying last night. Like, it was an I Quit match, and so John Cena kept kind of going for going for the victory after not really doing anything, kind of knocking him down with a hip toss or a hip drag or maybe a kind of a little shoulder barge, and asking the referee to kind of see if he quit. And of course CM Punk didn't. CM Punk just isn't that kind of a guy. It would take something bigger. And I was talking it over with some of the other commentators, and we kind of thought that actually John Cena effectively kind of beat himself. Wouldn't you agree, Martin? I absolutely agree. I mean, I think John Cena had many opportunities to win last night. No one is taking that away. And by the way, no one is taking anything away from what CM Punk did. CM Punk is now the world champion. That's all there is to it. He won that match. We're not taking that away. But what I will say is, John Cena had opportunities to win that match that he did not take. Instead of like picking up CM Punk and going for the attitude adjustment, the FU, or a superplex, a big one over, he just called the referee over and said, "Hey, does he quit?" And of course the answer was no. And this didn't happen once or twice, but maybe 3 or 4 times during the course of that match last night. And you have to ask yourself, what would have happened if, instead of kind of taking it easy and just kind of assuming that the match was won, if he had actually been trying to put his all into winning the match, whether the result would have actually been the same. And I'm not taking that away from CM Punk. I'm just, I think many people have asked the question, did CM Punk win last night, or did John Cena lose? I think that is an important question. Thank you, Martin. And of course, what it came down to was when John Cena got locked into the anaconda vice of CM Punk, there was no response. He couldn't get out. You'd have to say that if it was on points last night, John Cena won. You'd have to say if it was on the amount of damage you did to your opponent, John Cena won. But when it came down to it, CM Punk was the submission expert, if not the aerial expert that you can see there. When it came down to it, CM Punk was the submission expert, and he put John Cena in the move, and John Cena could not get out. It was right in the middle of the ring. John Cena struggled. John Cena kind of kicked and fought and stuff, but he could not get out of it, and the end result was he simply had to say, "I quit." Which, of course, leads us to tonight's match, because this is a submission match. So now we will really discover who the best submission wrestler out of these two is, because we now have both of these guys in the ring in submission opportunities. CM Punk missing an aerial move for the 2nd time this evening, and John Cena wisely kind of backing up and allowing CM Punk to kind of basically punch air, which can be strangely exhausting, can't it, Martin? Oh, absolutely. You often kind of see it, like when you do a move like a drop kick or a top rope elbow or even just a blind charge. You actually need that impact to protect yourself. Like, you're expecting to hit the other person, and your body is tense for that collision. And if it doesn't come because the other person has moved out the way, you can actually do quite a lot of damage to yourself completely unintentionally. But John Cena there, simply by moving out the way, not a dodge, not a knees up, not anything like that, just by moving out of the way and letting CM Punk to basically kind of taste air. It hurts. It honestly hurts. This match, I would say, is going pretty much down the line so far. We had CM Punk going for some kind of maneuvers in the corner. We've had John Cena coming up with these kind of trademark slams, but I don't think either man has really been working a body part, which would seem to me to be a mistake. Wouldn't you agree, Martin? I mean, yeah, absolutely. I mean, do these guys even realize that it is a submission match? Like, I mean, CM Punk is going for the go to sleep here. Great wear down move, great pinfall move, but John Cena's not going to tap out from that. Do you know what I mean? He's not going to tap out from that. You need to work a body part. But now, CM Punk is doing just that. Perhaps the game plan was to weaken John Cena, and then, like you can see here, working the head, a few kicks, a DDT. Actually, perhaps this is a good strategy that we are seeing. And in fact, CM Punk now looking on our first proper submission victory attempt, I would say. Working it's a reverse dragon sleeper here in the seated position. And John Cena struggling to get out. And of course, remember last night, he could not get out of CM Punk's hold. So, but CM Punk choosing to release rather than to hold. Perhaps he feels that he's got all the damage that he's going to get out of that. And John Cena back up on his feet there. Oh, and he takes down with a huge tackle. Twice. And lifts up CM Punk, and Huge reverse back body drop powerbomb there. CM Punk holding his back, and John Cena going for the 5-knuckle shuffle. Well, now the interesting question, of course, here will be: will he go for the attitude adjustment, or will he attempt the STF? And CM Punk is back up on his feet, but walks straight into the FU, assuming that he hasn't going to counter it in some way. And down he goes, and John Cena says, "You can't see me." John Cena going down to the legs, hooking in a Boston Crab style maneuver. CM Punk shouting in pain, crawling towards the ropes. He's going to be stunned from the attitude adjustment. Can he reach the rope? Yes, he does. He's back up on his feet, and a reverse kick maneuver. It looks like he's trying to put together his own little kind of string of offense, and John Cena swipes him out of the air. John Cena up to the top rope now. CM Punk standing up, and a massive leg drop from the top. And John Cena salutes the crowd because he thinks that this one is won. But he shouldn't be showboating like that. I mean, the crowd are here to have a good time. I get that. The crowd pay the wages of the wrestlers because they come in. I get that. But at the end of the day, this isn't a popularity contest. This is a wrestling contest. And if you're stopping your focus on the other guy because you're posing to the crowd, what do you think is going to happen? I mean, what do you actually think is going to happen? You're going to get, you're going to be in trouble as John Cena goes up to the top here. Oh my God, we haven't seen this for a long time, the 5-knuckle shuffle from the top rope. And sorry to interrupt you, Martin, but I think now we are going to see an attempt on the... No, we are. Well, sorry, we saw the attempt, but look, CM Punk is out of the STF attempt, and we are going up for our second go to sleep. John Cena taking a wicked knee to the top. To the top of his head there, but unfortunately CM Punk with a rare tactical mistake, locking on the submission maneuver far too close to the ropes. Quick kick into the corner, CM Punk flipping up, and it looks like we're going for the tarantula or tarantula variation maneuver, working those arms, working that neck, and John Cena stunned. Oh, a wonderful combination of moves here from CM Punk. If he can convert this into the winning submission hold of the match, then he has done some serious. John Cena knocking him down with a massive dropkick. I spoke too soon. That was a wrestling masterclass from CM Punk. What a lovely combination of maneuvers, but I think he went for just one flip too many, as unfortunately there. CM Punk was flattened by a very, very aggressive John Cena, who is simply now just wailing away on the head of CM Punk. He wants this victory. John Cena is hungry. Of course, John Cena lost the World Championship last night, and you can see that he's angry about it, as you would be. He is angry, and he wants to humiliate the man that took him from it. He wants to get that victory on the scoreboard, and he wants to say, "Give me back my title, give me back my rematch." And here we are, locking on the... No, I stand corrected. He hasn't locked on the STF. For the second time, we have a counter from CM Punk, and for the second time, he's knocked him straight back into the go to sleep. Can he convert it? Can he convert this into the winning submission hold again? He's got to be careful though, CM Punk, because he's right next to the ropes, and up he goes to dive onto the back, but John Cena moving straight out of the way, and again CM Punk able to kick off from John Cena. A lovely quick slap there. John Cena returning in kind. CM Punk countering that again. I mean, you can see why these guys are scrapping over the top belt. They are just wonderful competition from each other. This is such an even fight between the two of them. Back and forth, back and forth. The knee, the bulldog, center of the ring. Is this CM Punk's time? Is this... Oh my God, I think he's just busted him open. And again, the Anaconda Vice. This is what we saw last night. This is what we saw last night. But look, John Cena struggling this time. John Cena fighting. John Cena refusing to quit. John Cena this time is hanging on as much as he possibly can. What resiliency from Cena. However, the hold is still there. CM Punk letting go. John Cena bleeding from the top of the head. This match now is surely is CM Punk's. If he can lock on that hold again, just hit a few more maneuvers, surely this is going to be his night. 2 nights in a row with the victory over John Cena. He's just plunging his elbow into the head of John Cena again and again. I mean, you can just see the blood now on the forehead of John Cena, and John Cena just punching, just punching and punching and punching away in that corner. Seemingly, like, I don't, maybe he's just almost kind of like run out of moves, and I don't mean that offensively, but like, you know, where his mind at is now, the only thing he can think to do is just to keep punching, to keep wailing away. They've got, the referee might even get involved here at some point and stop this. I mean, he's literally bleeding all over the ring. I mean, I'm all for, like, you know, heart and all that, but really, at some point the guy is just getting, at some point you've just got a guy bleeding all over the ring. You know what I'm saying? And John Cena takes him up. A big punch. A big lariat. And CM Punk falls from the top onto the ground. John Cena wailing up for another 5-knuckle shuffle. Again, nicely pressed onto the head of CM Punk. And John Cena this time, can CM Punk kick him off again? No, this time it's locked on. This time it's locked on. Now, can this time Punk show that his resiliency is worthy of retaining this match? And he does. And you can see, always see, physically see John Cena deflate there. He thought he had it. He'd finally locked that hold on, but actually CM Punk has just come back stronger than he did before. Oh my God. What a wonderful masterclass of wrestling from these guys, and it's not even over. Oh my God! Martin, don't you just feel sometimes that you've got the best seats in the house? John Cena with a Boston Crab, locking it onto CM Punk again, and what a finish, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, how many reversals were in that last sequence? 10? 15? I'm not really sure, but it was just counter after counter after counter after counter until perhaps the impossible happened. The bloody, the battered, the defeated John Cena locked on a nasty Boston Crab in the middle of the ring, and CM Punk said, "I quit." I'm not sure what happened there, because look, CM Punk taps out almost immediately. I'm just wondering if, you know, if that was a oh, we have a bit of a show of respect between these two. Mine, sir, I'm not sure what you're getting at. Are you thinking that the tap out wasn't genuine in some way? I don't know. I'm just saying that he tapped out almost immediately. I mean, if you're in a submission, if I was to put you in a hole, there would be a few seconds where you tried to resist it. You tried to kind of show that, you know, see if you can, what the pain is. But he tapped out straight away. Almost, like that, almost before the hold was fully applied, he tapped. So I'm not sure. I mean, he may have just. I'm not taking anything away from John Cena this time. I mean, John Cena won that match, but it was a strange submission. I agree with you. But at the same time, I mean, it was a brilliant match, and with all that massive string of counters right at the end there, I mean, it's possible, of course, that both men were actually just knackered. You know, it's possible that both of them were just exhausted. Of course, news from earlier in the night, of course, we had the Shield defeated Evolution, and the Yokozuna and Bret Hart managed to defeat the Outsiders, Diesel and Razor Ramon, in a great action. Moving on to SmackDown, of course. Obviously, we don't televise all of the matches. We don't always televise all of the matches. Rey Mysterio got a lovely victory over Eddie Guerrero. Ted DiBiase got a wonderful victory over Chris Jericho. But now we return to perhaps one of the most serious situations we've seen here on wrestling. Martin, do you want to talk us through this? Well, it's simple. Yokozuna is the world champion. He won the title last night from Macho Man, on the basis that over the last few weeks he has destroyed Hulk Hogan again and again and again and again. And then he destroyed Macho Man. And now Hulk Hogan once again says, "I want another rematch. I want another rematch." And Yokozuna don't care. I mean, every time he faces him, it's another little notch on Yokozuna's bedpost, if you know what I'm saying. He beats him, and quite frankly, he just cements his own legacy further. He's the man that beat Hulk Hogan twice. He's the man that beat him 3 times. He's the man that beat him 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. He doesn't care. He'll take that number as high as it'll go. But at the end of the day now, he is the heavyweight champion of the world. And he'll keep facing Hulk Hogan because, to be blunt, Hulk Hogan, I know we shouldn't be biased here. I apologize. Hulk Hogan can't beat Yokozuna. That's a big, big claim there. I mean, we shouldn't. I mean, I don't know if we should kind of go that far. I think it's unfair to kind of make these kind of claims. But you've seen it. We've seen it. I mean, just look at that. Just look at that. You saw Hulk Hogan knock him out of the ring. What does Yokozuna do? He just destroys him. He gives him a massive slam on the outside and then knocks him out, basically. I mean, this match is over already. The poor old guy is just being battered, and he's going to carry on getting battered, and then you know what's going to happen. He's going to get slammed, and Yokozuna is going to head to the top rope, and he's going to land on him with all of his weight, and we're going to have another injured old guy here. I've got to agree with you. I've got to agree with you. But I don't think I'd verbalize it, but I think someone needs to step in here. Triple H, another one of the officials, or something, and they need to stop this. Week after week, we're getting Hulk Hogan essentially bouncing off Yokozuna. Yokozuna doing some serious damage to Hulk Hogan, and of course none of us, whatever we think of Hulk Hogan, whether you like him or dislike him, I mean, he is surely a guy that you can respect and value his contributions to the business, and no one wants to see him get injured. And to be blunt, I'm not sure anyone wants to see him get beaten week after week. I mean, I'm sure we always like to see dream matches, but this is no longer a dream match. This is a very difficult situation. But you know, I could be wrong. Maybe maybe this will be Hulk Hogan's night. Maybe he can pull off the miracle and take him down. But if Hogan hasn't done it the 5th time, why will be able to do it the 6th time? If you haven't been able to do it the 6th time, why not the 7th? You know. And the beating that Yokozuna gave Savage last night was, why? I mean, you always get me to recount these things. I mean, why don't you tell us about it, David? Well, I mean, it was horrifically one-sided for a world champion. I mean, Randy Savage has a colossal amount of respect to him. He won the world title. He's been our champion. He has some brilliant matches. He's got wonderful resiliency. He was a deserved champion. But last night, Yokozuna treated him like his plaything. There was no, it wasn't a back and forth match. I mean, everything we've said about the John Cena and CM Punk match does not apply here. I mean, the last night it was not 2 men trading back and forth. It was 1 man beating up another until basically he quit. It only took a single bonsai drop, 1 bonsai drop, and I mean, obviously a bonsai drop is an absolutely devastating maneuver, but normally in those I Quit matches it takes multiple finishes. You know, it'll take a few absolutely massive maneuvers to end it, but Yokozuna did it in 1. Yokozuna did it in 1. And here he is, our world champion. And I think he's going to be the most dominant world champion we've ever had. I mean, I don't know who could beat them. But hang on. A big boot from Hogan, but electing not to go for the leg drop there. The crowd coming to life here. Hulk Hogan managing to pick him up. And could he be thinking leg drop? Could he be thinking that it is his time? Hulk Hogan off the top, off the rope. Drops the leg on Yoko. Could this be it? Out of nowhere, a flurry from Hogan. And Yokozuna just shuts down the party before it even began. Oh my God, what? Off nothing. He just Irish whipped him into the ropes with such force that it just dazed Hogan so much that he's able to, no, move! My God, he's just landed on a poor, oh. Hang on. Did he get up a shoulder? I'm not sure. I mean, the referee hasn't counted it. I mean, the pinfall hasn't gone, but I'm not sure there was a maneuver there. Did you see a move? I don't know. He flinched, maybe. I mean, what else can you do after a man of that size has dropped on you? But I think he kicked out of the bonsai drop. I mean, we're going to need to watch the replay on it, but I think so. And is Yokozuna busted open? There's definitely a bit of blood on the canvas, but I mean, it could be John Cena's from Raw. You think they don't clean the mats from Raw? Okay, fair point. That was a stupid point. And look, there's more. Yokozuna is bleeding. Yokozuna is busted open. Perhaps we have all spoken too soon. Can Hulk Hogan pull off the miracle tonight? And look, Yokozuna backing off. Well, until the slam. Hogan back up, standing on his feet. Yokozuna going for some kind of weapon. He's got the sledgehammer. Hogan knocks it out of his hands. Hulk Hogan wanting it back in the ring. Hulk Hogan not standing for any of this kind of delaying by Yokozuna. And Hogan now pausing to catch his breath. Yokozuna slowly back up to his feet, and he's gone for a submission hold. He's got him into a move. I mean, the thing now, if Yokozuna is bleeding, the longer this match goes, the more it actually, for once, favours Hogan. Despite Hogan being the older man, you know, if you're bleeding, you're gonna get tired. You can see from the way that Yokozuna is moving there that he is absolutely exhausted. Oh, Yokozuna there desperately trying to get some sort of kind of offense on there, just punching Hulk Hogan until he falls off the top of the turnbuckle. A big kick. Yokozuna backing up. Oh my god. Oh, Hogan moved. That could have been a very, very nasty crushing maneuver there from Yokozuna, but Hogan managing to move out the way at the last second, going for the pinfall. This is a bleeding Yokozuna. I mean, for once, those little kind of pinfall maneuvers might possibly get it. You know, just from sheer exhaustion on Yokozuna's part. I mean, he's got a huge bulk to carry around, and that's not leaving aside the potential for the bleeding. Hulk Hogan catching the leg. Yokozuna fighting back. And a single arm takeover from Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan tonight is renewed. Perhaps Yokozuna winning the title was the motivation that Hulk Hogan needed. Perhaps seeing the man now with a title that is so precious to him has given him just that little edge to go that little bit further, to do that little thing that the other guy won't do. And now Yokozuna is lying flat on the ground from the superplex. The big boot is there. Yokozuna barely kicks out. Flailing away with his arms, not sure what's going on. A massive eye rake from Hogan. He's on the ground. He is on the ground. The crowd is on their feet. The crowd is being noisy. Hulk Hogan pulling Yokozuna into position. And a big DDT from Hogan stops the flurry from Yokozuna. Hogan going for the pinfall again. But it's not enough. It is not enough. Yoko dumps him. Yoko now with a huge chop to the side of Hulk Hogan's head, and the crowd suddenly silenced. And a huge kick from Yokozuna puts Hulk Hogan flat on his back, straight into these, you know, into Hulk Hogan's kind of cranium there. I mean, it's such a powerful kick. Oh my god, no, no, no! And Hulk Hogan is flat out. Ladies and gentlemen, we're sorry. I think that we're about to see what we hope not to see again. We already seen the bonsai drop once tonight, but after that huge belly-to-belly suplex, that kick, that concussion-causing kick to the head of Hulk Hogan. No, it's no. It's over. Just end the match. Just get him out of there. Get Hulk Hogan some. Oh God, get him some medical attention. Get him some medical attention. The crowd is almost silent again. There's a slight buzz, but that's it. But I think we thought that he had done it. Like the impossible was possible. Yokozuna kept coming, and that's why he's the world champion. And I go back to what I said earlier in the match. I think he's going to be champion for a long time. See the exhaustion on Yokozuna's face. Let's not take anything away from Yokozuna's achievement tonight. He just beat the immortal Hulk Hogan again while gushing blood. You can see the exhaustion, and that wasn't easy for Yokozuna. He knows tonight that he was tested, perhaps more than we've ever actually seen him before. He was tested, but he passed that test. He passed that test. So next tonight, we have got for you some tag action. We have got a bit of some guys that, in theory, have been friends for a long time, but we've got some bad. There's been some bad blood between these guys. This is DX versus the Outsiders. These guys famously were part of the Clique in WWE, or WWF as it was back then, back in 1995, 1996 type era. Great friends, but there's been a bit of bickering backstage between the two over just who the best tag team was. The irony, of course, being that most of these men have actually tagged with other men, you know, amongst the kind of the group. But this is the first time I think these guys have really kind of squared off for quite a long time now. So to recap, on the top left-hand side of your screen, of course, we have Shawn Michaels, being badly dropped there, and his partner Triple H, of course, our CEO at the moment. And on the other side, we have Kevin Nash, who's currently in the ring, and Razor Ramon. Scott Hall. A huge amount of history here, a huge amount of titles between the four of them. Shawn probably the most decorated, closely followed by Triple H, followed by Kevin Nash, and then Razor Ramon at the bottom. However, that's not taking anything away from Razor. He's one of the greatest Intercontinental Champions we have ever had, and of course recently showing to himself to be a champion of another kind, getting past some serious issues in his personal life. Not that I don't want to go into any of those, but we'll simply kind of say that, you know, he is a man that deserves a lot of respect for what he has managed to kind of do in his life. As Shawn feeds Diesel to Triple H. Triple H there quickly scooping him back up. A big Irish whip into the barricade. Shawn taking advantage. Oh, a big double axe handle from the top. And Shawn locking in a submission maneuver there. But Razor's right there to break it up. He's not going to be able to get anything out of that one. And Razor now. Whoa. This match is really broken down. The referee's going to have to try and... The referee's going to have to... Whoa! Diesel coming in there with a massive knee. The referee's counting. They've got to be careful. There's not a count out. Diesel now has gone straight over the stairs. Razor Ramon is whipped HBK into the steel. They are going to have to be careful of the referee's count out doesn't get in the way. Now we have both of the legal men back in the ring again. Shawn, I think, a bit disorientated there. And Shawn just backdrops him massively out of the ring. I think we're going to need a tag here. And there we go. Yeah, HBK doing the smart thing and getting Diesel into the match. Sorry, I apologise, and getting Triple H into the match. And Triple H wasting no time making his presence felt by going for the pedigree straight away on Diesel. Will this be the winning manoeuvre? A very short match. Razor Ramon is in position and he saves him. I think that was going to be a pinfall. I mean, I'm certain that would have been a pinfall. And Razor Ramon has done his job twice. He saved Diesel from the submission. He saved Diesel from the pedigree. Diesel really needs to get himself out of that ring now. But obviously, you never want to kind of say, I've had enough. But Diesel's had enough. And there he goes. So, let's start over. Razor Ramon versus Triple H. Back now at the beginning of this match, I think. Well, not the beginning of the match, but, you know, both of these guys are completely fresh, or at least they were until the fall-away slam. And Razor seems to think that he's got it one off Van. I don't think that's going to be enough to put the 10-time world champion away. Oh, hang on, but that might be enough. Shawn going up. Can he block it? Oh, my God. A massive... Oh, he's going for it again. He's going for it again. Shawn is going to get in serious trouble with the referee if he interferes more than once. Shawn's missed it. Shawn has missed it. He was just too far away, and a huge Razor's Edge has just put Triple H down. Shawn is going to need to get out very quickly, or the referee is going to have some words to say to him. Can Triple H kick out? 1, 2, and Razor has done it. Razor has done it. A fall-away slam and a Razor's Edge to Triple H, enough to get the victory in this first tag match between these two very popular and very talented teams. Which brings us neatly to... oh, hang on, no, Diesel happily celebrating their way. And Razor Ramon, I'm sure, equally delighted with the victory there. I think Diesel especially pleased as he thought that probably the match had been a little bit lost at one point during that. Very fast, very frantic, but very enjoyable tag match. Diesel hasn't tasted victory for a while in the WWF, so probably absolutely relishing in his success this evening. Lovely to see, lovely to see. Which brings us to our rematch from Over the Limit. This is The Rock and Edge, two friends turned pretty bitter rivals over the last few weeks or so. This is an Extreme Rules match. Straight up, both men wanted to go again. It was as simple as that. There was no kind of politics involved here. I don't think there's even really an unfinished issue. Simply that The Rock has beaten Edge quite a few times. Edge has taken a victory. He speared him, but the Rock has proved himself pretty dominant over the ultimate opportunist. But Edge has got another opportunity tonight, so I'm sure he will attempt to take it. But I think it's safe to say, don't you think, Martin, that The Rock has had Edge's number? Yes, I mean, we've all seen it. We've seen the matches. There is... Oh, hang on. Something's going on here before the match has even started. Look at... Oh, I think the referee hasn't seen that. Was there some kind of knuckle or something? I'm not sure. There was definitely... something strange with the way that match started. Rock he's coming back to his feet, but he's I don't know, is that a cut above his eye? I'm not sure. The crowd chanting for The Rock. I think the crowd knows what happened, even if the referees missed it. But Rock is now fighting back hard. But I wonder what damage that foreign object did. I mean, are we thinking kind of some kind of knuckle duster, brass knucks, or maybe just something kind of metal in his hand as he kind of hit him? I'm not sure. Whatever it was quick. It was easy to stash in his tights and easy to kind of throw away. I mean, maybe one of the assistants will be able to kind of find out what it is if they kind of found out what he'd thrown. But if I know Edge, he'll have thrown it into the crowd and to someone we haven't seen, and we'll never see it again, whatever it was, if indeed it was actually there. Because he will claim, of course, there was nothing. And Edge with a huge spear, sending Rock to the outside and slamming him straight into the announcer's table. Edge, of course, going to be extremely frustrated at his treatment at the hands of The Rock over the last few weeks, and perhaps frustration boiling over into taking the rules a little bit too liberally for what we have become accustomed to in the WWE. But Rock says, hey, if you want to go that way, I'm going to go that way as well. Because don't forget, everything tonight, in effect, is legal. I mean, it doesn't actually break the... Oh, my God. It doesn't actually break the rules to use brass knucks in an Extreme Rules match, of course. But certainly it would seem to be not very sporting. And Edge just dumps him there. A good little tactic. Going for the ring bell. Got to be careful. Rock managing to block it. I'm sure that ring bell will come into play later, though, if both men have kind of clocked on that it's there. And could even punch him through the table. No, Edge falling just to the side of it. Very dangerous situation here. Both men fighting right next to a ring bell. They can't land on that. And fighting next to a table. They can't land on that. Rock now taking us back towards the ring. Perhaps slightly surprising. Perhaps Rock being a little bit cautious. Seeing the desperation in Edge's eyes and perhaps wanting to kind of keep this match technical. And wouldn't you? I mean, you've seen what, quite frankly, you've seen what that you're better. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Edge, of course, but Rock has beaten him several times in the ring now. I mean, why would you want to put yourself... Oh, hang on, this is backfired. Rock picked that up and... Oh! Edge now with the chair, threading the chair through the neck of the Rock. See, I know what you're saying there, Martin. I mean, the Rock in the ring, one-on-one, the Rock has beaten Edge, absolutely. And so, if you are the Rock in this particular match, you're going to want to keep it in the ring. But look at that, the Rock, absolutely no selling that disgusting maneuver with the chair. And Edge fighting back now. Is he possibly trying to set him up for a spear? Some kind of running maneuver? And Edge heading up top by the look of it. The elbow taking the Rock down, and Edge heading back to the ring apron. Careful. Oh, and the Rock walked straight into whatever that was. Rock moves out the way of the elbow and heads straight for the weapons. I think Rock now looking for a bit of old-fashioned revenge as he picks up the sledgehammer. But Edge says, hey, you want to live dangerously? Let's live dangerously, and goes and stands directly on the announcer's table. And Rock, like a bloody fool, follows him. I mean, what kind of idiot does that? I mean, what do you think he was going to do when he got on top of the table? Read him poetry? Of course he's just going to grab him and put him through the table. Rock deserved that. Tonight, for me, Edge has just been by far the smarter man. He brought a weapon before the match even started, we think. He's goaded Rock into going on the table. He's taking advantage of every weapon and opportunity that's been given to him, and quite frankly, all Rock does is take a weapon out and get hit with it himself. What an idiot. Look, and it's not getting any better for him. Edge there affording himself a little time to taunt his opponent. And probably deserved. Rock with an Irish whip into the corner. Scoops up Edge. Some kind of big Samoan drop. Oh, onto the chair. Onto the chair. That could be the match changing maneuver there, as we get a massive Samoan drop from the Rock. Edge now, what's he going to do? Looks like he's going for the Irish whip. Into the chair. And Rock is down. Rock is down. And Edge beckoning for the Rock to get up. Can this be his moment? Can this be his time? Can he take revenge? No! And this time it's the Rock begging Edge to get up. Can Edge get the counter? No. Rock bottom. Is he too close to the ropes? And chalk one more up for the Rock. Wow. I didn't see that coming. I thought Edge was going to take that one, but at the last minute, at the last dying second, we had a huge Samoan drop from the Rock to Edge on that chair. Here it is. We can see the replay right here, and you can just see the match change at that moment, putting all of his weight, all of that momentum down. And then Edge had the spear opportunity, but perhaps a little distracted. Went for it a little bit too early. I'm not sure. But another Samoan drop and a Rock bottom sealed the deal. Rock really pulling ahead of the Edge in this particular feud. And the Rock celebrates. Well-deserved victory. Well done. The crowd love him. So do we. And even when going against the ultimate opportunities in an Extreme Rules match, the Rock, the People's Champion, is victorious. We do hope you have enjoyed us watching tonight. WWE 2K14 Universe Mode. Of course, King of the Ring is now only 4 weeks away, and we will be giving you a wonderful preview of that event over the next few weeks. Take care. Please give the video a like if you have enjoyed Universe Mode, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.